guys, welcome to the big build or the living room build, the display tank for the living room. Since the farm build is taking a bit longer than I initially anticipated due to the leak, I'm waiting for the new tank to come. I decided to finish up the big build or the living room build. Basically my dream tank. So I've been planning this tank for around 1 year. I was supposed to set this up last year around the summertime, but then me and my missus decided to buy a house 8 hours away from where I was living. So I waited for the build, or like waited to set the tank up or finish the build. We bought the house, we moved, and we had to basically fix the living room and the house before I could set the tank up, since we had to change the floors, the walls, the ceilings, or not change the ceilings, but paint the ceilings, paint the walls and everything. So I didn't want to set up the tank and then have to work around it and move it and everything. So this has been a project of mine for at least 1 year. Since there's none of the tank manufacturers out there makes a tank in these dimensions, I decided to go for custom. I also wanted my custom made sump. I also wanted some futures that are not available in the current market. So I decided to just go ahead and build it myself. So this is going to be my dream tank version 1. I've already started planning my version 2. As with everything, once you start building and doing stuff, you discover things that you would have done differently next time. So far I'm pretty happy with the design. The only thing I'm going to do next time is a bigger tank basically. So but anyways, the stand is made out of aluminum. It's a 40 by 40 T-profile aluminum that I cut into shape, or like into decent size for the right sizes. The top plate is 15 millimeter plywood, and the bottom plate is also 15 millimeter plywood. I had to cut those to fit and paint them, sand them, everything. And the middle divider and the back panel is made of something called spoonplate. I'm not sure what it's called in English, but it's not the best thing to use for structural demands, but since all of the weight will be on the aluminum profiles, as well as the top and the bottom that's made of plywood, it's fine. And I've also coated everything with something that's called Bangalock. I'm not sure if it's available in other countries than Norway, or it's probably called something else, but it basically seals the wood so it won't suck in any water or anything. I can basically just dump the whole wood into water and it won't be ruined. So that works pretty well, since it's an aquarium and salt water. So I had to cut all the pieces to size, paint them, or sand them, paint them, everything. And this is where I'm at now. So as you can see, the whole system is divided into 2. So I have the sump area here, and then I have the technical area on this side. So we can go to the sump area first and do a quick rundown. So I've started with the plumbing. It's not glued or anything, but I think this is how it's going to look basically. So water comes down here, goes down to the sump. I also have to cut this piece because this is something they messed up in the build. So this piece should be as high as this one, because I'm going to 3D print some filter cups here. I'm going to have some filter floss in, and then the water is going to go down here. I'm going to have some Aquaforce Life Biofill. Then water goes under here into the sump area, where I have a Royal Exclusive Mini 180 V12, one of the best skimmers available, or Royal Exclusive makes one of the best skimmers available. Super quiet, looks nice, high quality build, and the thing I love the most with the skimmers is I don't have to use 2 hands to unscrew the top, and also the inside ring is removable. So if I need to do some nice deep cleaning, I can do that as well with removing the ring. So really happy with that. Also controllable pump, everything, all the good stuff. So you can see here I have these two glass pieces, so I'm gonna have a plate here, so the sump will be at the right height, or like the water height, and under there I'm gonna have some pipes going from the manifold, so you can see they go all the way down, so they're going to come underneath the sump, where I'm gonna have either 2 reactors, so everything's gonna be run on one pump, either 2 reactors, or I can use it for like a UV or something else in the future if I want to. And then we get into this place, or the next chamber, and you can see here everything's black. Also the back side is going to be black before I fill it up, but as you can see everything is black here. It's because if I want to run a refugium, there's not going to be any light spill to the sump area or like the skimmer area or the pump, so I won't have any algae or anything growing on that. Or as I'm planning on doing, is have like a little frag system here, where I'm going to put all the frags I put and make and can place them here. And then we come to the return pump area, where I'm using a Sisha SDC07, and that's going to control or power the whole system. So yeah, I have to connect that into there. Then we have the manifold, where I have 2 extra outlines for the reactor or a UV or whatever. And everything goes out here. I need to buy the rest of the parts for this, so I have to order those. It's going to go up to the tank. And then we go on this side, and oh yeah, also I have to build the top for this, because this is going to have a top, PVC top with lids. Everything is going to be sealed and nice to keep the evaporation low. And I also have to mount the controllers for the pump and the skimmer. I think I'm just going to mount it here. I think that's going to be the best, so I have easy access when I'm doing any type of maintenance on the tank. And then on this side we have a 50-liter RO reservoir, 50-liter saltwater reservoir, and then 15 liters of bottling in each of these containers. So initially I was planning on using the Aquaforce Component 123 or Component Pro, but I have switched to the ATI Essentials Pro, so I really just need 2 of these, but these will hold 15 liters each. It's going to keep the tank going for quite a while. I also have these, I can't fit my hand down, barely, but I have these tubings that will go all the way down, so I can easily get all the juice out of the containers. I'm also gonna build lids for these and these, so it's everything's gonna be nice and sealed. And then on this part here, I'm gonna have the power bars for the GHL, so I can easily plug in, plug out. This is gonna have lids, so not water, anything is not gonna basically evaporate from this. And if I lose something, it's not gonna fall into the water either ways. So yeah, I'm gonna have the power bars here. I need to drill a hole for the cables, but I'm not doing that until I'm ready to install the power bars. I'm also gonna fix this with some 3D printed cover thing, so it looks nice and it doesn't have such a big gap, but I had to make the holes big enough for the cables to basically fit through. Then on this side, or the last side here, last piece of the tank, I'm gonna have all the GHL stuff, so all the dosers and the controllers and everything. So they're gonna be stacked up all the way up. So I'm gonna have the Profilux, the cage director, doser, and the maxi doser. And I also have space for the ion director and an extra doser if that's something I'm gonna buy in the future. I think so, once it gets released. But yeah, so I'm gonna have like a nice cabinet here with all the GHL stuff, nicely tidy inside. So I also have to build this. And that's a little rundown on the tank. I need to carry the tank upstairs. I need someone to help me since it's a big tank and my missus is not strong enough basically, so I need someone to come and help me to put the tank up. But before I can fill it up, I have to finish up the last parts and also reinforce the floors underneath, which I'm gonna do next week. It's Easter now, so neighbors are not gonna be happy if I start cutting wood and everything outside, so I have to wait till Easter is done. So next week I'll be finishing up the downstairs with reinforcement and everything. So yeah, that's it for today, or for the tank update for today. For the lights, I'm going to use 4 Philips CoralLab Gen 2 return pumps. A return pump is going to be the SDC 7.0, the Bubble King or the Royal Exclusive skimmer, GHL dosers and controllers, and Aqua Illumination Nero 5 pumps for circulation. They're going to be on the back side. And yeah, since I'm using the overflow is basically on the outside of the tank, it's gonna be a nice open space, and I'm gonna put 4 pumps on the back of the glass basically. So yeah, and yeah, so really looking forward to continue this build. As I said, it's something I've been planning for over a year, and now it's starting to get finished, and I'm finally seeing the results. And yeah, I'm really happy how everything is turning out and how it's starting to look. The side panels for the tank are gonna be made of plywood, and I'm gonna finish them the same way I finished the table I made. So it's gonna have like the same look, and all the furniture is basically gonna have the same look around the house or in the living room. And this will of course be much closer to the wall, but I'm just, yeah, I have this space right now so I can access and do anything I need to do. And yeah, also I have to paint this one black. I think I'm gonna paint this one black. It's not gonna be visible, but I still think I'm gonna paint this black. So this side is gonna be black and the inside is going to be white. I also had to make this little stand for the sump because of these. When I first planned the build, I was going to use some other connectors. So you can see here this hole. So basically the way they work is you drill a hole and you put like a connector in between here. You can see one. I'm not sure you can see it in the middle there. Yep. So yeah. The problem is if this space is not 100% perfect, it's a bit too far or too little, you won't be able to fasten it at all, or it's not going to be tight enough. So basically some of the places were a little bit loose. I don't have a jig, I don't have a drill press or anything to drill this. So I decided to just go with these brackets. It's going to make it a lot easier, and it's like super sturdy. But the problem is, yeah, they build out a little bit, so the sump was just a little bit too big and they came in the way, so I had to build this little raiser to elevate the sump. But I still have tons of space to take out the skimmer. I don't even have to take the skimmer cup off to remove the skimmer from the sump, but I have tons of space to work. And one thing I also noticed, which is nice, is it's a little bit higher from the ground, which means I don't have to bend over as much. So it's a bit higher, which makes it a lot, but a little bit easier to work with. So yeah, that's it for today. Let me know if you're wondering about anything. I'm gonna put foams underneath here and the other side as well. But yeah, see you guys next time. And thank you for watching and happy reefing.